What up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you again. So we got them Kimbers out today, ran them, got a good comparison for you. Let's get this housekeeping out of the way so we can get into it. This video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. This is strictly a product review of my own personal equipment. All right, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride. And we're going to keep this journey going. So let's get into it. So if you've been following the channel, we just got our Kimber 2K11, the Eclipse back from Trent. Let's go and get that mag out of there. Mag is empty. It's empty. Safe direction. That mag back in for aesthetics. We just got this along with some other pieces back from TDS Gunworks. We got the chunk port. We got V ports plus the 3 inline. So we got 9 ports in this bad boy. So this was the weekend to get it out and run it and see how it was going to perform. So as a comparison, we've got a stock 2K11. So this here is our Coyote model. That's one of the ones we'll be comparing it to. Mag is empty. Safe direction. That mag back in for aesthetics. So this bad boy here has no work. It's got the open cuts, but we didn't do anything to it. We're going to leave this one like it is. We just soften the trigger up on it a bit. So this is going to be the main comparison. We're going to see how it performs. Basically, a direct comparison for the upgrades. See how effective they are, see the difference in that recoil, and let you see what you're getting for your money. As guest appearances, we like to size everything up to the amigos on the channel. So this here is the Romulus, safe direction. So we're going to be running this bad boy. Oh, throwing magazines. So we're going to be running this bad boy with this Romulus as well. And see how that compares. So this has the V10 porting, plus it's got the factory ports on the comp there. Well, comp ports, however you want to refer to it, which I opened up a little bit. So this is also TDS Gunworks. So we open those up and we put the V10 in here. So we're going to run that, see how it stacks up. And then we've got our MAC9. That is empty. Safe direction. So we got our MAC9. We're going to run this bad boy. This here was done by Quillo Arsenal. So we got the V6 ports here. Comes with the chunk port. And obviously we've done the internals on all these here. So this has got the red dirt trigger in there. And we polished it up a little bit. This I've swapped out to a 7-pound spring. So this is going to be the first time running this with that spring in there. It feels good to rack. So I like that. It's got enough tension. So I think that's going to be cool. So initially, we're just going to run this bad boy against this Kimber and just get us a baseline of where we are, factory versus upgraded. So let's head out to the range. We started out slow and steady, went right into some double taps just to see how this bad boy going to bounce and let you see them back to back. I'll tell you off the bat, the Kimber optic issues on the Coyote. So this bad boy here, these initial shots, we're kind of shooting blind. I've got the upgraded rear on here, but the upgraded front sight comes in this week. So I need that raised sight in order to be able to co-witness. So we're having optic issues. So the initial shots on this bad boy is going to be scattered, just so you know. But let's jump out to the range, check that footage out, then we'll come back in. First set of targets. So we're going to start out. Stock. We'll start out with the stock 11 Coyote model. Did I jack this here? Put one in here. Let's see. There it is. All right. So baseline C. What the 0 is here. Let's find that left target there. See where we're hitting. Target. One dot. Okay. So we really needed that iron sight today. Down. Look, we could go here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Let's go here. Let's go. These targets here are a little weak with the splatter. It's mainly for the recoil, because I'm kind of shooting blind here. Let's get us high. This was definitely for recall purposes. This bad boy here is dialed in. So the difference in that recoil, and I mean it is a noticeable difference. So we're going to stay on that target and we're going dead center. So that's a big difference. You can see this bad boy is dialed in. It is dialed in. In fact, to the point, let's play with the little targets. So we're going to go top left corner with the little target. See if we can get in there. Yeah. So let's move bottom left corner, little target. It don't get more pinpoint than that. This bad boy here is a cheat code. Let's double tap it. Oh yeah. Got some more of that. Some more of that. So double taps. We're gonna go in the middle. Damn. That's TDS gun work for you right there. That bad boy can't get more accurate than that. Our target model is shooting wonderful, but some double taps on this bad. This bad boy. Yeah, I am loving that. All right, so as you can see, this bad boy is running flat. It is running good and flat. It feels good in the hand. It's shooting real nice. very effective. The Kimber, the stock Coyote, is a good shooting gun. These guns are nice shooters out the box, so it's not hella recoil, but you notice the difference, and that's what it's about, seeing the difference, seeing what those upgrades are going to do as far as changing the performance, and you can see it, and even more so, I can feel it more than you can see it. So this bad boy ran nice, but this here was definitely a rock star. So I am loving this bad boy. So that was the initial round. That gave us our baseline. So now that we know where it's at, now want to see how it's going to compare to the Amigos, to the other ones in the collection. And the two that I brought out is that Romulus and the MAC9. So we're going to jump back out to the range and we're going to run this bad boy. We got some fresh targets up. We're going to run this bad boy around the target and just kind of see how they run. So a couple of magazines through each one, so a couple of rounds. So let's jump out there, check that footage out, and see how these bad boys compare. I think we need to answer the question now of how does that bad boy compare to the Amigos. So let's set this one aside for a minute, and we're going to start with the Romulus and see how this bad boy, how this Eclipse lines up on that Romulus. So let's go into our stash. Sit in there. Bad boy getting good and good, but it's running. All right. So we're gonna break this up out of here. And the MAC9. MAC9, I put the 7-pound spring in that one. So it's interesting to see how that runs. So let's run that. Let's bring our hood back down. All right, so MAC9, Romulus. So we're gonna start with the Romulus. And I don't think I shot this since I put the other optic on there. I guess the first thing we're gonna do is see if this bad boy is dialed in. So we're gonna switch to that right target, and I think we're gonna go dead center. See where we are with our dot. I say we're in there. So let's that bad boy's flat too. So this is going to be a good comparison. Let's just stay on that center target since we're over there. Romulus is the truth. So let's see. Put that Eclipse right behind it. And let's see what that recoil is like back to back. So we're going to go upper right corner on the little target. Okay. So, as nice as it shoots, it's not quite as flat as that Romulus. So let's try this MAC9. And this is 7-pound spring in there, so I haven't ran it with that spring yet. We're going to put it in the right corner. Okay, bro, I feel like it's damn. It's definitely better than the Kimber. from the Romulus, that shit is tight. I'm about to look at the footage, but this bad boy here is silky smooth. Let's see what I got here. Damn, that was smooth. Let's go back to the Romulus. Go to that top right target up there. See if we can finish that out. Top right corner. So the spark or round? That was a spark. Hey, it's Coyote. It's a flamethrower. So that wraps that. Let's go ahead and run this Kimber. For this one, target there, bottom corner. It's definitely got more of a recoil impulse. Not that it's moving a lot, but you can feel the impulse more. Whereas the Romulus and that MAC9 is running silky smooth, like it's barely moving. So, man, that's a nice comparison. I am liking that. So we're gonna regroup. I'm gonna reload these mags. All right. So I'd say that's some pretty steep competition. These bad boys, as nice as this shoots and as soft as it is with these upgrades, it still is not quite as smooth as this Romulus. This bad boy here is silky smooth, and that MAC9 with the 7-pound spring is really holding his own. So these two here, it's not much daylight between these bad boys here at all. At all. They are running very similar with the upgrades that they have. They're running very similar as far as performance, as far as recall, and each one of them is extreme joy to shoot. So we know that this bad boy is definitely nice, it's soft, but it did not exceed the others in the unit, which that's fine. It didn't need to. It is splitting hairs as far as what's what. This is just for the sake of comparison that we're stacking them in the order that we are. But to the lay person, you shoot either one of these bad boys, you're going to be extremely happy. Extremely happy. So that's that. What we did is we got some fresh targets on there. We went back out to the range, and we're going to run these bad boys again. This is going to be more so just kind of testing accuracy. You know, so we got targets up there. We're going to slow walk it around the target, and we're just going to see if these bad boys are dialed in with the Kimber. I've swapped the optic out, so we got optic on this bad boy. So everything is dialed in. So let's go out, check that footage out, and watch these bad boys walk around the target. Fresh targets. We're going to start out with the regular Kimber. Top left. Okay. This one in there. The side is smooth. Top left. Yeah. Let's go from there. Right to our Eclipse. Drop right down below it. Reload that magazine. A little bit right. I think that's me pulling a little bit. And from there, let's move to this Romulus so we can see the immediate difference with this and that Kimber. We're just going to move one target to the right. Okay. Hey, damn. Not only do we not have one in the chamber, we don't even have a magazine in that bad boy. Got a double tap on that one. So, we're going over to that MAC9. Got one in there. I'm really liking the 7-pound spring in this MAC9. Second target from the left there. Light primer strike. Let's see. Oh shit. Boy, I'm really just killing myself. Oh damn mag. What up, what up? Still up there. A little bit low. Let's bring that up. Let's go to that top right target. Let's see. Okay. Let's come back with the target. We're going to just drop right down low. All right. Move over to this Romulus. I'm just going to step to the left one. Airport seems to be bouncing more. It's a little weird. Let's see what this MAC9 is going to do. Just going to step up one target. Round nose down. Let's put that back in there. I see it in there light. All right. So we're going to go up to our empty target up there. Go back to my point. Now let's. All right. So as you can see, everything is dialed in. Everything is dialed in. It's accurate. It's running. The ports, because a lot of people ask, well, do the ports change the accuracy of the gun? I would say no. I would say no. I'd say the thing that fluctuate is the ammo, because you can see some of the flyers that pop out these bad boys. I don't attribute that to the gun. I attribute it to the ammo. I still had a small batch of that remanufactured ammo, and initially I knew it wouldn't run into Kimbers, but it was running in the other guns. But I tried some of it out there, and it jammed in the Romulus and hung up just like it did in the Kimber. but it ran in the MAC9. So far the MAC9 is the only thing that'll run that bad boy, run that remanufactured sportsman ammo. So it is what it is. I'm just trying to get rid of it. I might just hold it and shoot it in the striker files because I'm assuming they're going to run it. So we'll hold it for that. But I'm probably not going to try to run it again in any of these 2011s. The Romulus towards the end started sticking on the disconnect. That was odd. It's never done that before. Noticeably where I could just feel it. It was just kind of hanging up. You could feel it catching and letting go. So I'm going to break this bad boy down and put that Marvelous cut in there and file that down a little bit so that it's got a smooth ramp past that disconnect. So I don't like that. That's the first time it's ever done it. So that is odd. Seemed like if it was going to do it, it would have been doing it the whole time. But no, it just started doing it towards the end after I'd been shooting it. But last thing is, I don't know if you noticed it, it's a little small target on the bottom of the big targets down there. And we're going to go out. I just played around with them just to kind of further, deal with the myth of these ported guns are not accurate. So we're going to put some rounds into those small targets down there, and then we'll come back in and wrap up. So let's head out. Play a little out. I'm going to drop down to that little bitty target on the bottom. Bottom left down there. Kind of answer that question. Are the ported guns accurate? Shoot at about 10 yards. So I'm going to stay in that bottom. Top left one in there. The slide is really bouncing crazy. Ooh. Target. Stay down in that bottom. Let's go the one on the right at the top and that little bottom to it. Oh yeah. And let's finish it up with the Eclipse. Stay in that bottom. For the one on the left. I'm running a little bit. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah. All right, so as you can see, those targets, we're shooting at about 10 yards. And those targets the big targets are about, I say 12 by 12 is what they are. So about a foot by a foot. So those little targets are tiny. So to hit them bad boys at 10 yards, it takes an accurate gun. So these bad boys are dialed in and they hold that accuracy. So no complaints at all. But as far as the end result, I am very pleased with this Eclipse, with this work. I love the look. I like the way Trent left that valley on top where you can see the stainless coming through. And this bad boy, as you know, with the ported guns, gets good and dirty. So this is, I've cleaned it up since the range and you see everything came right back. This bad boy is right back spick and span. And I like that look. Definitely like that. So that's our first outing with this bad boy. There will be more. Once we get other pieces back in, we're going to take them out. We're going to run everything. But that's it for now. Those other pieces that came in, the striker fires, got some of that footage. I did run those X10s. That's going to be some good footage. I might drop that later in the week, maybe Wednesday. I'll put that out there. But this is it for this round. So I'm not going to hold you. It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think about these bad boys. What's your opinion as far as the recall? And what did you see? Because it's hard. I don't see it. I just feel it when I'm shooting because I'm not really getting a bird's eye view when I'm running back on the camera. I can kind of see and see if it jives with what I was feeling. But let me know what you think. Hit me in the comments. Until next time, holla.